Therapy dogs are dogs that go to different places like schools, hospitals, and nursing homes. They receive special training to interact with a variety of different people. They can help people in many ways. They can give kids the confidence to read out loud or help people to calm down when they are upset.
Poodles can be different sizes from tiny to tall. Mochi is a standard poodle. They were originally bred in Germany to be hunting dogs. Standard poodles are typically playful, friendly, and athletic dogs. They have elaborate hairdos at dog shows, but pets usually have simpler cuts. Their hair is relatively non-shedding, which makes them more tolerable to people with allergies.
Hey Ella, how do we say hi to Mochi?
I don't know, let's find out. Miss Duvernoy, can I touch her? Okay. Hi, Mochi.
Leaving a classroom or getting out of line are not responsible times to come and visit her. Mochi can have up to 2 students with her. If there are already 2 students around Mochi, you will need to wait for someone to leave before you approach her.
When you approach Mochi, you need to walk up slowly. Ask if it's okay to say hello to Mochi. The handler must respond back to you before you pet her.
We shake hands when we are introduced to another person. The sniff test for Mochi is her way of shaking hands.
Speaking softly and use Mochi's name when you say hello. If she gets a sniff and wants to move forward, go ahead and scratch her gently under the chin, not on top of the head. Always stay in front of the dog where she can see you and don't make any sudden movements that might startle her.
How to say hi to a dog you don't know.
This is the first thing you need to do, and there's a right way to ask. Don't ask if the dog is funny. That impels that the dog's at fault somehow if he doesn't want to meet you. Instead, ask if it's okay to say hello to the dog. If the answer is no, thank them and move along. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with the dog. It could just be she feels frightened in a new situation or meeting new people.
If you get the go-ahead from the owner, approach slowly and let the dog come to you. There's no need to rush in this introduction. You'll need to watch the dog's body language to make sure she's comfortable with your approach.
Just like you learned with Mochi, let the dog smell your hand.
Be gentle about your first pet. Scratch him under the chin rather than on top of the head. Always stay in front of the dog where he can see you, and don't make any sudden movements that might startle him.
Don't push the limits of this first meeting. Even if he likes the attention, you don't want to push him past his limits.
What not to do. Get overly excited. Approach the dog without permission. Approach the dog with quick motions. Do so slowly. Bend or squat down to greet the dog. Making direct eye contact with an unknown dog might be perceived as a threat. Continue petting the dog if the dog appears nervous. Don't do the Frankenstein monster. Addition to not squealing and charging towards another person's dog, make sure you don't walk towards the dog with your outstretched. Dogs normally perceive this as a threat, especially if they don't know you. This goes back to the sniff test above. If you don't let the dog sniff you first, you might be asking for what is not a so friendly response. Think of a toddler walking towards an unsuspecting dog. Arms outstretched, squealing the whole time. Not many dogs can handle that. Turn a bit side impossible with your arms down, showing that you're not a dominant threat. Invade doggy space. Would you like a stranger sticking in his face into yours? Grabbing your ears, pulling you in for hugs and kisses? Creepy? Yeah, a lot of dogs think so. Many dogs won't understand this type of affection and instead perceive this as a threat. These simple steps are for both you and the dog, and dog owners everywhere will thank you.
Doggy!